Go to TAPgiles.com to learn dreams, engage my services, and support the channel. Now this new barrel, I only want to rotate like this, and not go onto its side and start rolling. So we can use a Look At Rotator to have one of the sides look in a particular direction. This works similarly to a follower, where it targets a tag, like this. If we turn up the strength, it will rotate the barrel so that the arrow looks towards the tag, and if we move the tag around, it will follow it. But we want this side of the barrel to look at the tag. So if I rotate that arrow gizmo, or I can use the grid snap and rotate it perpendicular to the grid, now this side will point towards the tag. So if we keep the tag on this side like that, the barrel can rotate in these ways, but it'll always look towards that tag. But you can see if it's not in front of the tag like that, it will look to the side, which we don't want. We want this arrow to always be pointing in this direction. It shouldn't care about the location of the tag, it should just point in this direction. Like the follower, it has a target position input. So if we wired a 0 into the target position, it will look towards the origin over there. It also has a scene space direction, so this won't change. Even if this moves around, the direction will be the same. It'll always be pointing in whatever direction we tell it to, and this direction is the Z direction, positive Z. So if we use a combiner again, in 3 numbers mode, so we can make a 3D direction, we can wire that into the scene space direction, and then use a value slider and wire that into the Z axis, and give it a 1. Remember to remove that wire going into the position, we don't care about that. We want it to be controlled by the direction itself. And we play time, and it's pointing in the positive Z direction over there. If you add something on the X axis as well, it would be pointing in Z1, X1. Go back to 0, which is what we want, so we can just use this one. It's kind of wobbling a bit, so if we turn down the strength a touch, that can help. And for this value we could use the max distance. We can change the maximum distance to 1 and wire it into the Z axis instead of using the value slider. And now that just uses 2 gadgets. And again, we don't need the tag, and it'll always face this direction. So now we can make it fall over, and it will stay with this side pointing towards the camera. Or we could start it on its side and adjust the arrow, and now the bottom of it will point towards the camera instead. I'll just adjust these settings a little bit so that it can roll. But if we turned it to look in this direction, with the strength up high, it'll turn back again. So it will sort itself out. And we can turn up the settings to make it snap to the right orientation quicker. So there's a couple of simple ways to have any kind of object stick to a plane and even face a direction side on if you want to. Next we'll have a look at how to make this work with a car. We'll get it to move along a straight path, and even how to get it to follow the path around. So you can subscribe to make sure you don't miss that video when it comes out. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something interesting. Go to patreon.com/TAPgiles to learn something new every day.